Welcome back, guys, to another video. We gotta look into the situation here in Lakewood, and it's in Denver. $60 million apartment project, all but abandoned, lender says. What's going on? What's happening? Why is such a humongous building here suddenly not a single buyer wants to get it, and the builders just pretty much gave up? So what's essentially happening is a lot of people are building homes, so much so to the point that you just have oversupply. That's as simple as that. And $60 million apartment projects like these suddenly start noticing themselves to be like, hold on a second, we finished this. Will people really rent this? Let me give you guys a good example here. Go to Oakland right now. And if you go to the Brooklyn Basin, it's pretty unique because it's like a all new area. It's new construction for rentals only. It's a pretty decent location right next to the freeway, and it connects to the San Francisco Oakland Bridge, and you go to San Francisco for work. And it's basically catering to the tech family. But if you look at the Brooklyn Basin, what's happening is only half of it's developed. Developers bought this whole plot of land. They want to develop this side as well, but developers recently stopped building because rents literally collapsed. Oakland rents collapsed because the population wasn't going up, and there were so many people making freaking apartments. So much so that these landlords went broke. And if you look at the Brooklyn Basin, these landlords would have literally destroyed themselves if they kept building, because they build a whole entire apartment complex, a house about 1,000 people, and then you find themselves only renting out like 10 to 15% of that building. They started noticing that, and they stopped building in many of these projects, which is kind of similar to this situation here. It's abandoned. Nobody wants it. If you go to some of the comments here, they're all saying the same thing. A lot of these projects are getting out of control. People are building a bunch of homes all day long to the point that they're getting foreclosed. And if you look into Denver real estate, oversupply. Denver nears housing oversupply, potential pricing drop. It's a pretty big one right here, because usually when people think of Denver, they think of, oh, great real estate prices. Oh, it's never going to drop. Denver is a great place. It's a pandemic boomtown. But now it seems to be getting worse overall. If you look at some of the real estate prices, go on Zillow right now and you check out some of these properties. It's everywhere, right? There's 6,400 properties for sale, but if you just sort by the new construction properties, they actually take up a large chunk. So out of like 6,000 homes, you have almost 2,500 homes that are new construction, about 35 to 40%, which is a humongous number. Zoom a little bit further out, you get even more new construction projects. Some of these new construction projects range from just a few $100,000 to millions of bucks. And many times when you click on one of these suburban icons, they're not just selling one house, guys. They're literally selling you like hundreds of houses. And who's buying them? I'm not exactly sure. Interest rates are still incredibly high. High-paying jobs are being laid off. Who in the world is crazy enough to buy in this economy when you have low-paying jobs being abundant, but high-paying jobs are being decimated at record speeds? So this is why everyone's kind of scared. They're like, hold on a second, is Denver housing supply, is it too high? Are people building too much? In fact, there's already construction companies like Toll Brothers and D.R. Horton who have experienced bad prices and lower revenues because housing prices have dropped so much. They build too much. This is what happened. Not to mention, a record number of office buildings will be converted into apartments in 2024. Many of them, we're talking about thousands, right? According to a recent study by Rent Cafe, found a staggering 55,000 housing units are undergoing conversion from office buildings into apartments. That's a huge fourfold increase from 2021. Guys, I think a lot of developers are buying these cheap office buildings and converting them into apartments, and guess what's happening? Who is going to buy these expensive mansions? Who is going to buy these expensive investing homes? The real estate market in the United States is really, really screwed up. We have developers building like crazy and still charging incredibly high prices, and there's still people who's willing to pay that. But before you pay, ask yourself, there's this many conversions, this many people buying homes, this many people building homes. Are homes really worth this much? Is this tiny little house right here really worth almost 600 grand? Ask yourself that before you purchase anything. And I think prices will at least, correct a little bit, right? I think prices in the real estate market are just way too high in the past few years. We just keep pumping it on a constant basis. Oversupply is a big deal and it's a huge issue. And now we're going to be seeing many of these places, and not just Denver, experiencing this sort of downfall where whole entire projects are abandoned, but many others as well. And before you guys leave, check out the private Discord server, guys. Patreon link below, 7-day free trial, and we're trading live every single day, and we're actually making money. So check us out. Some pretty juicy profits here and there, and it's a fantastic server. I love it.